guys, it's GameFace and welcome back to episode 22 of my Arsenal career mode. Now today's not going to be a proper episode, a full episode of like games and things like that. It's purely just going to be on the squad report for our team. Now that's basically because I've kind of run out of time a little bit and it was either this or no video at all. And I don't really like doing that some days. So I've decided that we will do a squad report video and basically go through all the different players, see how they've grown throughout the season and hopefully see some decent upgrades throughout my whole squad. If we could go hit 20 likes on this video, that'd be really appreciated. Also go subscribe as well if you haven't already. And we'll do it in terms of position, so we'll go through all the different keepers and so on. And yeah, basically the first player is Joe Elliott, a young keeper, 17 years old, 52 overall. He's gone up 1 overall there. Doesn't look too bad actually. Maybe send him out on loan at some stage. David Ospina, who is he was our second goalkeeper, wasn't he? Not particularly happy that he didn't play much last season. He hasn't gone up. Petr Cech's gone up 3 this year to 88 overall, which is fantastic news. Andy Jackson's gone up 1. Not quite as good as Joe Elliott, just 1 overall behind him. But again, looks fairly decent. Could be an interesting keeper in a few years' time. Ryan Huddart, is it or something? He was also kept in the team as well. He wasn't loaned out and hasn't actually gone up due to him not being played. Moving on to Szczesny. And basically what I did with Szczesny is I loaned him out. I believe he was already actually loaned out when I first started the game. And he also hasn't gone up, which is a bit disappointing, really. However, Martinez he's gone up to 66 overall. He's gone up 1. How many games has he played? Doesn't look like he's played many. Obviously, we can't see the championship games that he's played. But yeah, he has gone up on his attributes as well, actually. He does look quite good. His goalkeeping ones haven't gone up, but his physical and mental ones have. Callum Chambers went up 2 this year as well, which looks pretty good actually from those attributes going up. Didn't play loads for me. Hex Bellerin did play a lot for me. Has got up 2 overalls as well. Pace hasn't gone up anymore sadly, which would have been nice, but he is now 76 overall. Carl Jenkinson out on loan at West Ham obviously hasn't gone up in overall, but his attributes have individually. Moore also went out. He hasn't gone up overall at all, which is very disappointing. Gimenez went up 1, but his acceleration went down, and so did his agility. So that's a bit strange. Wasn't really expecting that. His technical stats did go up though, which is good news. Caceres didn't really go up. He's 29 years old now. He's getting to the age where he's maybe going to slow down in growth. I don't think I trained him that often either, so that's probably why. Koscielny though, he has gone up 1. He's got up to 84 overall. Looks a pretty decent player and may well grow to 85, 86 potentially. But some of his attributes went up quite a lot there, as you can see, sliding tackle and standing tackle. Moving on to Per Mertesacker, who went down 1 overall due to age, I'd expect. Luckily his pace stayed the same, didn't really go down. Not that it can go down very much, can it? Let's be honest, it is pretty low already. His aggression went down somehow. Don't know how that really happens with age, maybe, I don't know. But he went down 1 overall this season. Kevin Gibbs didn't change at all. His attributes went up. A few of them did anyway, not too many. Gaia didn't go up in overall. Bit disappointing actually for a 20-year-old. They'd expect him to grow quite a bit more, especially with them having him for like a year, I think it was now. Yeah, something like that. I think it was a year. I didn't get him in January, did I? So yeah, had him for a year and he didn't even go up any overall, so that's pretty disappointing. His attributes have gone up slightly, some of his physical ones. Blythe has gone up to 48 overall. Tommy Tan's up to 55. Hayden, who's a 21-year-old CDM, he went up 4 to 59. Still not going to be good enough to get my squad next year, so he probably will be sold. Blylick, is it, or something? Blylick? He went up 4 overall and actually looks like a very good player. 18 years old, 65 overall now, so could quite easily get into our team eventually. Obviously not next year, but he may well be a player that I keep hold of, or maybe send him out on a short-term loan, something like that. We've also got Terry here, went up 3 overalls, so that's pretty decent. Again, 64 overall for a 16-year-old isn't too bad. Some of his attributes actually look pretty decent as well for such a young player. Joel's gone up 4 overalls as well. He's 17 years old. Again, looks a very good player. Look at some of his technical attributes going up by 9. There's quite a few there actually have gone up by 9. We've also got Douglas Costa. And basically, we got him in January, for those of you who don't know. He went up 1 overall this season since I got him. Again, that looks pretty good, to be honest. Sprint speed's gone up 1, so has a few of his technical attributes. So again, pretty impressive. Theo Walcott's done the exact same, got up to 82 overall. And yeah, sprint speed has gone up a little bit, I think it was. So has his acceleration. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain went up 1 as well. Now he's 22 years old. He's probably not going to be a particularly decent overall, but 80 isn't too bad. Dribbling Sterling's gone up 2 as well, looks pretty good that now. Wellington Silva, 75 overall, again, not too bad, loaned him out. He's probably not going to be good enough again to stay in our squad. Gnabry, though, does look a very good player, up to 73 overall, went up 3 this year. We've also got this youngster here, 18 years old, went up 4 overall this year. Let's just call him Ainsley, so I don't have to mispronounce his surname. Again, it looks very good player, very fast as well on the wings. Got Daniel Crowley, who I kept in the squad, I think it was. He is loan listed though, does look a talented player, and again, could be someone that potentially I sent out on a short-term loan or something like that. Rabiot has stayed with the club, didn't really play too many games, played 12 in all competitions, so not loads at all throughout that season. Slight disappointment really, didn't play him too often. Basically only a rotational player really. It might be someone that I send out on loan or for a short-term loan potentially next season, but I'll just have to see really how that goes. Jack Wilshere's gone up 1 overall as well, and Aaron Ramsey's gone up 1. Again, looking like decent centre mids, those two players. Very good partnership when they're both fit anyway, which doesn't particularly happen that often. Mikel Arteta there, staying at 81 overall, which is quite impressive really for a 34-year-old. Marcus Lopez has gone up 3. I believe that's since joining. Might be wrong about that. I'm pretty sure he's gone up 3 overall since joining though. I know that he was 75, I think it was last episode or one before that, so he's going up quite quickly. Looks like a very good young player, Marcus Lopez. Hopefully plays some more games next season. I've also got Stuart Balatoni, 57 overall, pretty good for a 16-year-old. Mesut Ozil didn't go up at all, none of his attributes, didn't really train him too often, I don't think. Rosicki's gone down 1, as you'd probably expect from a 35-year-old, mainly his physical ones there going up. James Ward-Prowse didn't change, however I only played him 15 times, so not loads, but more than I actually realised, to be honest. And he only had 1 assist in those 15 matches, which isn't particularly good, but many of his attributes did go up just by 1 though. Perrier went up by 1 overall, very good stuff. Technical attributes did go up as well, but only by 1, so fairly average growth from him. I've also got Toriel, I think that's how you pronounce his name, from Birmingham, who was on loan obviously at Birmingham, and he bent up 2 overall, but his mental attributes were the only ones that actually went up. He didn't really grow too much at all, and again, I think I'll probably get rid of him. Not going to be good enough to really challenge anywhere near our squad. This guy, however, might be. He's gone up 3 overall, he's 18 years old, he's got a lot of growth in him. I really ought to try and send him out on loan again to try and get him up to into the 70s next season, and that would be a huge task that I think would be a really good one for us to try and improve as well. Looks like a very talented player. On loan at Gillingham at the moment, and yeah, we've got Josh Middleton as well, who came through our youth academy. He's gone up slightly, only gone up 2 overalls, but his attributes themselves are actually doing okay. Again, he's only played 1 match, so you can't really expect too much from him. And Bolo, though, has only gone up 1. Again, a little bit of a disappointment from him. He's not gone up in many of his technical attributes. It's mainly his physical and mental. He's played 21 matches, so he's had more than enough games. However, he's only scored 2 goals in those, so kind of tells you really what I think of him based on those stats. Iheanacho does look a very good player. I'm really looking forward to growing him more. He's got 4 overalls this season, which is incredible really for him. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to using him more often. I think mainly he's gone up in his physical, technical as well has actually gone up quite a bit. He's played 20 games, so 1 less than Bolo. That tells you quite a lot about how I feel that Iheanacho will do in the squad in the next few seasons. But yeah, he's played more Premier League games than Bolo as well somehow, but not as many Champions Cup games. So I think Iheanacho will be a huge player, but maybe not next season, maybe towards the end of next season, but I'm sure he'll be a big player the season after, definitely, when we're into our 3rd season. Cavani's got 1 overall, maybe expect a little more from him. He is 29 years old, so he's not going to fly up in overalls, but again, his actual stats have gone up quite a bit, so fair play that he's 29 years old, he's not going to get loads, is he? Sonogo was out on loan at Ajax, went up 3 overall, but still isn't going to be good enough to stay in our squad for next season. Akpom, 20 years old, 65 overall, probably not going to be quite good enough again to stay in our team, so he probably will be sold, but he has gone up fairly well last season, or this season I'm currently in. Alexis Sanchez went up 1 overall to 87, and there are his attributes down there. Not really gone up too much, to be honest. Disappointed by Sanchez. Played 44 matches, only scored 10 goals, 9 assists. So, yeah, a little bit disappointing for him, really, this season. Let's just quickly check how many red cards I had. Cavani got 1 there. I'm always curious about red cards for some reason. I got 1 with Rabiot, so that's 2 in the whole squad. Cavani and Rabiot are the only ones with red cards so far. I've got 1 for Kieran Gibbs, 1 for Per Mertesacker, so that's 4, and 2 for Gimenez, that's 6. Oh my god, 2 in one season. In fact, that's not even too bad, to be honest. 6 for one season. That's pretty decent. So I was just curious about red cards anyway. But that is going to be it for this episode. It was just a quick blast through some of the stats there. They are extremely quickly, so you can kind of see what sort of growth I've had throughout the whole squad. And yeah, I think it's gone pretty well in general this season. Let me know in the comments about suggestions for players I should try and sign. I have 51 million. That's not even taking into account the money I have next season, so I get a percentage of that carries over, I believe, which is pretty good. And yeah, I should have quite a bit of money to spend, so let me know in the comments what you think about players I should be signing. And that is it for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this, then please hit the thumbs up button and also subscribe as well. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.